A report has just come out from The Guardian that Soulja Boy the Rapper has been sued by his former personal assistant. In the lawsuit, she accuses him of doing a number of heinous things, from locking her in a room to subjecting her to all kinds of abuse. I'm gonna get into all of the details in a moment, but first, if you could please tap that like button, we would really appreciate the support. And with that out of the way, let's just dive right into today's story. Soulja Boy, whose real name is DeAndre Way, has just been accused of assault and battery, for which he has vehemently denied. The 30-year-old musician is alleged to have locked the unnamed female assistant in a room for 3 days and assaulted her repeatedly during this time. Along with that, the claimant is alleging that he also abused her physically, verbally, and even would withhold her paychecks. Now, in recent years, Soulja Boy has had a number of issues with the law, but this has to be some of the most horrific allegations that have been made against him thus far. Soulja is probably best known for his one-hit wonder from 2007 called Crank That, but since then he has mostly been bogged down with repeat legal issues. I mean, he's been arrested for violating probation and possessing weapons, so you know this guy already is not off to a good start when he enters a courtroom now with assault allegations. If what she is saying is true, this guy has to get locked up for a long time. Now, a lawyer for the woman, who has simply come forward as Jane Doe rather than give her real name, she detailed the impact that this repeated abuse had on her client and even suggested that it began as far back as January of 2019. Her lawyer told news outlets, "Soulja Boy's treatment of our client as an employee and as a person who deserves respect has traumatized and filled her with fear. His abuse imprisoned her physically, mentally, and emotionally. When she mustered the courage to flee, he impoverished her. His exploitation severely hampered our client's ability to re-establish herself in the workplace and in society. We believe that he should be held accountable." And the woman began working for Soulja Boy in December of 2018, and according to her, she was expected to not only be available at all times, but also to cook, clean, chauffeur, style his hair, and perform personal assistant tasks for him as well. In return for her working 20 hours a day and 7 days a week, he had promised her a payment of $500 per week. The lawsuit also states that after a month of working for him, he began sending unsolicited and inappropriate photos to her. The woman also admitted to starting a brief consensual relationship. However, she did note that it soon turned violent. Starting around January 23rd, 2019, the woman claims that Soulja Boy would have bouts of jealousy and uncontrolled rage. She also alleged that he kicked, body slammed, and punched her, including repeatedly in the head on 10 separate occasions, which also included threats of more physical harm. Even worse is that on one of these 10 occasions, he punched her so hard in the head that she lost consciousness. Again, according to the lawsuit, Soulja would become enraged if the woman received comments on her Instagram page or even if her phone rang. After another violent attack, she said that he threatened her, saying, "I should have killed you." Now, following that, she did try to escape, which is where we see the charges of imprisonment being thrown around. Apparently, as she tried to leave, though, he locked her in a room for 3 days until she was coerced into not leaving him. People magazine also reported that the lawsuit mentioned a really horrific incident as well from August of 2020. At some point during that month, Soulja attacked the woman so hard that she thought that she was going to die. And when she regained consciousness on the grass outside of his home, she says that she fled without any of her belongings. As she returned to collect what was hers in September or October, Soulja Boy sexually assaulted her yet again. Even when she returned with law enforcement, he refused them entry. So this poor woman now has lost her belongings, been subjected to terrible things that no one should ever have to experience or go through, and on top of that, she hasn't received any pay for the last 18 months. What a cool guy. This new lawsuit for the rapper comes just a year and a half following his release from jail after 3 months behind bars for violating his probation. For now though, these are all the details that we have on this story, but if any updates come our way, we will be the first to let you know. With that though, let's check out some of your comments from the video titled "Tom Cruise bought robots to enforce COVID-19 safety." Allegedly. India Shante says, "No shade, but Tom Cruise has always come off bat crazy to me, and he always will. For good reason. He's done a lot of crazy things that have been very publicized as well, so you got a good gut feeling on that one." BB Caldwell says, "Tom and Kanye need to get together and go to a secluded island." I mean, that'd be a fun reality show to watch. Tom and Kanye go to Turks and Caicos. You come up with a fun reality show name for Kanye West and Tom Cruise. AC Scott says, "Why is no one talking about Johnny's music video on here? Great video and awesome song. Y'all should have checked it out on his channel. Kind of disappointed no one shared this with us here. Sharing is caring." Sharing is caring, but this is also my job, so I don't like to interject my own personal endeavors into my work, but I appreciate the comment, and now that people know about it, maybe you'll go over and listen to some of my music. Who knows? We'll see. Mariah Phillips says, "Nice switch on the backdrop, Johnny. Moving over and showing the bookshelf is definitely better." Definitely better. I don't know what I would do without my credibility bookshelf. How are you supposed to know that I'm smart without seeing all the books that I haven't read? Becky Green says, "Tom Cruise's cruise." I love it so much. I hope that's what they named the boat, at least. That would be a fantastic photo to see. Someone Photoshop that and send it to me. But for now, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Johnny Rogers, and until next time, stay classy, YouTube.